This is homework set 42. We're going to look at questions 4 and 5. Question 4, now we've got a 3 by 3. This is going to be a little bit more work than the 2 by 2, but we can manage this. So let's get into the augmented form first. X column, coefficients, 1, 1, 1. Y column, 1, negative 1, 1. Z column, 1, 1, negative 2. Vertical line, and then the constants, negative 6, 0, and 0. Now our plan is to use row operations to convert this augmented matrix into a matrix that has 1s on the main diagonal and 0s everywhere else. Then we can just read off this solution. So let's start by noticing this. We already have a 1 in that top left position. So why don't we try to get a 0 here and a 0 here? Now, I think I can do that by doing this. I'm going to change row 2 and row 3. So row 2 is going to become, how about this? If I multiply that by negative 1 and then add it to this 1, I'll get a 0. Same thing down here. So row 2 is going to become negative 1 times row 1 plus row 2. Now let's do that. Here's what it's going to look like. Negative 1 times row 1. Just run a negative 1 right through here. So change all the signs. It's going to be negative 1, negative 1, negative 1, and 6. Then row 3, well, that 2 is going to become negative 1 times row 1 plus row 2. And we already saw that negative 1 times row 1 is negative 1, negative 1, negative 1, 6. So this is going to be our new matrix. Row 1 stays the same. 1, 1, 1, vertical line, negative 6. Now, row 2. Row 2 is going to become that original row 2 plus this one right here. I mean, that's what we just said here. Row 2 will become that negative 1 times row 1, which is here, plus row 2. So just keep track of which is which. Add them together. 1 and negative 1 is 0. Then negative 1 and negative 1 is negative 2. Then 1 and negative 1 is 0. Oops. And 0 and 6 is 6. Then for row 3. For row 3, we're going to take the original row 3 and add that to this one right here, right? That's what we said. Row 3 will become negative 1 times row 1. That's this. Plus, oh, I wrote a 2 there. That should have been a 3. All right, so let's do that. 1 plus negative 1 is 0, so there's our zeros. Then 1 and negative 1 is a 0 again. Then negative 2 and 1 is negative 3. And 0 and 6 is a 6. All right, some progress. Now we've got a 1 and zeros. Now, I want a 1 in this position. So to get a 1 in this position, how about if we divide row 2? All right, row 2 is going to become, let's just divide everything by negative 2, right? So it's going to be the current row 2 divided by negative 2. So our new matrix is going to be, all right, first row stays the same. 1, 1, 1, vertical line, negative 6. Now row 2, I'm dividing everything by negative 2. So I'm going to get a 0, a 1, a 0, a negative 3. Row 3 stays the same. 0, 0, negative 3, and 6. Now we're close. I've got a 1 here that I wanted, and I already have a 0 here. That's nice. So I need a 0 here. So how about if we multiply this by negative 1 and add it to this one? So row 1 is going to become negative 1 times row 2 plus row 1. Now, here is what negative 1 times row 2 looks like. Just multiply everything in row 2 by negative 1. We'll get 0, negative 1, 0, and 3. Now I'm going to add this to row 1. All right, so I'm going to take row 1 and add it to this one. So our new matrix is now this one. All right, so keep track of it now. 1 plus 0 is 1. Then 1 plus negative 1 is 0. Then 1 plus 0 is 1, vertical line, and then negative 6 and 3 is negative 3. All right, now row 2 stays the same, 0, 1, 0, negative 3, and 3 stays the same, 0, 0, negative 3, 6. Now we're close. I want a 1 in this position. Right? The first column is good, the second column is good, and the sense I got a 1, 0, 0, 0, 1, 0. I got 1s on the main diagonal. Let's get a 1 here. So why don't we divide by negative 3? So row 3 is going to become the current row 3 divided by negative 3. So the new matrix up here is this. Rows 1 and 2 stay the same. 1, 0, 1, vertical line, negative 3. 0, 1, 0, negative 3. And now divide everything in that third row by negative 3. 0, 0, 1. 6 divided by negative 3 is negative 2. Oh, we're very close now. I just need a 0 right here. So how about if we multiply row 3 by negative 1 and add it to row 1? All right, so here's the plan. Row 1 will become negative 1 times row 3 plus row 1. Now, negative 1 times row 3, just multiply everything through here by negative 1. We will get 0, 0, negative 1, and 2. Now, add that to row 1. All right, let's keep track of it all. So we will get, all right, 1 plus 0 is 1. 0 plus 0 is 0. And then, this is what we're looking for, 1 plus negative 1 is 0, our vertical line. And then, negative 3 plus 2 is negative 1. And then rows 2 and 3 stay the same. 0, 1, 0, negative 3. 0, 0, 1 is negative 2. And now we can read off the answer, right? This says that x is negative 1, y is negative 3, and z is negative 2. So, order triple. Negative 1, negative 3, negative 2. Question 5, this is very much like question 4. It's a lot of work, but here's what I'd like you to try this time. Let's use technology to do this. Use Wolfram Alpha. All right, so here's what you're going to do. You're going to go to www.wolframalpha.com. So this is where you're taken to Wolfram Alpha site, and you can see this empty field here, and it's asking you to enter what you want to calculate or know about. So what you're going to do is you're going to type in solve, right? Just type in what you want to do. You want to solve. All right, so you're going to type in solve. Now, type in the 3 equations separated by commas. So type in x plus y minus z equals 4. Put a comma. Next equation coming up, 2x minus y minus 2z, that's equal to 8, comma. And then the last equation, 3x plus 2y, and then what have we got? Minus z equals 10. Then you can either click on this equal sign right here, or you can just press enter. When you press enter, or click on that equal sign, this is what comes up. Now, it's going to have what you typed in, and then it's going to say, here's what I think you typed in. All right, so just check it to be sure that that's what you actually entered. And then here's the results. All right, so you can see here that x is 3, y is 0, and z is -1. So we're going to write our solution then as an ordered triple. So how about 3, 0, -1. And that finishes up our homework set 42.